Okay, so these are the solutions to test 2 on decimals. So question 1 here, round 13 and 3,946 10,000ths to the nearest thousandth. So, starting with this, let's just write out the number we've been given. So that is 13 and 3,946 10,000ths. So now, first thing is, before I actually try to round the number, I'm going to make sure I even wrote it correctly. So I'm told I have 3,946 10,000ths. So here I have the tens column, hundreds, thousandths, and 10,000ths. So my last digit there is in the 10,000ths place. So yes, we are good. We did write it correctly. I did also mention that the 4 is in the thousandths place. Conveniently, that is what we are rounding for. So I'm going to leave everything else in front of it the same. And when I get to the spot where I want to round it, I look one number to the right. So now I am looking at the 6, and I'm seeing that it is larger than 5. So I'm going to round this 4 up to a 5. And that is it for question 1. For question 2, now, like we said in class, no need to go through and show every single step by hand because we did that in class as an assignment. So you're more than welcome just to punch this in a calculator and get 22.4831 as your answer. Now, number 3, again, you could punch this all in a calculator at once, which not many people did. I don't know why, but anyway, you could have. But if you're going to do this one by hand, you absolutely have to do the division in the brackets first. So there's 14.85 plus 6.27. You must do that one first, which will get you, and I'm punching this in a calculator fast so I don't make a mistake in the video. Learned that one before. So this ends up being 21.12 times 2.4 minus 18.963 divided by 0.5. Great. Next, we don't have any more brackets. We don't have any exponents. So next comes multiplication and division. So I'm going to multiply 21.12 by 2.4. to get 50.688. And I'm going to leave that as it is for now. Okay. So now we have the step where most people made a mistake. Most people went ahead and did the subtraction first because it comes first in the order here. However, that is not what our order of operations tells us. Our order of operations tells us we must do all division and multiplication before any subtraction or addition. So in this case, we have to do the division first. So that's 18.963 divided by 0.5, which is going to give me... So I still have my 50.688 out front, minus, I still have that because I'm only doing the division right now. I'm not touching the subtraction yet. So I am subtracting 37.926. And then now I can finally do the subtraction, and I get 12.762. So watch yourselves on questions like this where the order of operation matters significantly. Question 4, 7 bars of that many inches and 8 bars of that many inches in length are needed to be cut from the same stock material. There is 0.0625 inches of waste for every cut. How much material is needed in total? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay, great. So We know that we are going to have 7 bars that are 9.5625 inches in length, but we know that every bar I have to add on 0.0625 inches for waist to every bar. So I have my original length plus the waist there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put brackets around this and say that this is 7 times this bracket, because everything in the bracket just tells you how much you need for the bar plus how much you need for waist, and I need 7 of those, so I multiply it by 7. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the other bars, so 8 times 2.1875. Now this is, or the waist is the same for everything. We were told that it's the same for every cut, so it's the same for the 7 bars and the 8 bars. Great. So now we have this. If we were to write out what these are equal to and then add them up, we would get our answer. However, I'm going to do this slightly differently. I'm going to write it like this. Add this all up. So what actually I'm going to write this just a little differently again. I'm going to shrink this a bit. Take this, shrink it a bit. Write it all in one line so it looks like it makes a bit more sense. Great. Punch that all in a calculator. You will get 85.4 inches, which is the correct answer I was looking for. But some of you pointed out that if the stalk is the exact length of the that you need, right? So if the stalk length is exactly the length that we need, you actually just need 85.3 inches worth of material. If the bar is already the exact length you need, this makes it so that you have one less cut to make, and due to that small amount taken off, it actually makes the number round down to a 3 instead of up to a 4. So a very slight difference based off the interpretation of the question. I do not tell you that it is the exact length, so you could have fairly assumed that it is. So I accepted both of those. Question 5. Convert 4.016 inches to the nearest 16th of an inch. Great. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 4 on its own. I'm going to take just the decimal, and I'm going to multiply it by 16 over 16. Great. So leaving the 4 out front, that's going to be 0.256 on top and 16 on the bottom. Now, with our rounding rules here that we went over in class, this rounds down to 0 on top, and we are left with just 4 inches. Okay, question 6, convert 56.483 feet, convert 56.483 inches to feet, inches, and the nearest 16th of an inch. Great. So first, I know that there are 12 inches in a foot, and I know that 56 is much larger than 12. So I'm going to take 12 away from this a few times, 4 times in fact, which is the same as taking away 48. So I will leave that up there for now. So just to show you, 48 divided by 12 is 4. So I have 4 feet that have been taken away from this. I'm going to start by doing this. I'm not even worrying about the decimal just yet. So first, subtracting 12 off of 56 4 times gives me 4 feet. And the leftover, the reason why I have this single 8 here, so 56 minus 48 gives me 8. That is going to be my leftover. So 8.483 inches. That's what's left over after I take away the 4 feet. This is in inches, so 8 inches is what's left. And now I'm going to take just the leftover decimal, 0.483 inches. And I'm going to convert this to the nearest 16th of an inch. So the exact same thing as the question above. Multiply this by 16 over 16. We are going to get 7.728 over 16. Based off our rounding rules, this rounds up to 8/16. And this is a fraction that we can reduce. So this will reduce to 1/2 of an inch. And now we can go ahead and combine these numbers for our answer of 4 feet and 8.5 inches. So that was question 6. Question 7. What is the length of plate 2? So we are looking for this number here. We are given the length of each individual segment and the total length of plate 3 there. So this one, my missing plate 2 length is going to be the total length of everything. So 5 foot 5 over 16 inches. It's going to be this total length minus every other length. So let me go ahead and write that in. There we go. I believe that's everything. And now I'm going to go ahead and start doing the calculation here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert things so that everything is in inches. I'm going to convert it so everything's in inches, get rid of all the feet. Reason I'm choosing this is because most things are already in inches. So I'm not going to bother converting the feet. I'm going to convert the feet to inches. So here I have 5 foot. That's going to be 60 inches. The 5/16 was told that it's already in inches. So there we go. Now the whole thing's in inches. Minus 1.125 inches. That's the same. Minus 2 feet, which is 24 inches. And the rest of this is the same. Great. Punch this all in a calculator. And you get exactly 22 inches. Or, if you did do it in feet, it's about 1.83 repeated feet. So one over the other. I accepted 22 inches from most people. I think a small number of you did the calculation in feet. Nothing wrong with it. Just a different unit. That was everything. So if you have questions, email me or ask me in class.